give me 5 minutes. I wanted to surprise you.
No sound. We just got the sound on, so we have to start over. Welcome to the brighter side. Who hurt you, Dream Funeral?
Dream
and why
Funeral,
would you say that?
What's wrong with you? Eat my ass?
And then we said...
Why'd you say that to us?
And then Ed apologized for being late the second time, but he's double late. So how do we find the brighter side of this, Ed? I think we're already stumped.
I mean,
you were late, and I'm destroyed.
I mean, well, the brighter side of this is I know all the rules of the MTA. You know, it's a learning experience. I didn't realize that your subway station's still shut down. That's,
Dude,
a very upsetting thing.
Brutal. And it will be shut down if you were back here in June. It will be down.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's supposed to go back in June is what they said. But I have a feeling that it's not going to be till like September. Because fucking why,
People build homes, like full on like castles and shit in less time than that.
I know, man. It's fucking brutal. And it's like, how do you know it's going to be? Because how do you predict something's going to be shut down for, how do you predict for 6 months? Like, there's no way you would know, it's going to take exactly 6 months. Completely fuck that. Don't worry, guys. I'm headed to my doctor's appointment now. Do we need to find the brighter side of that? I'll find the brighter side of, I'll tell you what the brighter side of this is. Someday someone will eat your ass, all right? And it's probably going to be someone you love, okay? And it's beneficial for both sides here. Because one side, I love the image of someone you love eating your ass.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel better about me. And you love someone eating your ass because clearly you're screaming for it. You're telling fucking strangers on the goddamn internet to eat your ass, all right?
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, you're heading to your doctor's appointment now. Brighter side of that, I mean, doctors need money.
Yeah, doctors do need money.
It's expensive living that doctor life, going to fancy vacations and, big houses. And
right.
my girlfriend's brother and sister are doctors, and, man, they live like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Their child has a bounce house in the basement of their home.
That's not cool, though. I just think that that's not cool. Bounce house should be a special occasion treat, not some sort of flim-flam, thank you, ma'am, I don't give a fucking damn situation. Where they can just kind of jump downstairs and have a little bounce up, And by the way, that kid's going to be sick of that bounce house in weeks, and then every time kid comes over... Even worse. I'm like, this is totally this is hard for me. I have to figure this out because I'm hungover. Mm-hmm. I don't like being up this early.
Yeah, you don't like being up this early? 11:30? It's noon. It's afternoon in half an hour.
Not a day after we do. That's brighter side. Cocktails. We do cocktails on Monday nights now, and I'm fucking filthy right now.
Who's that
disgusting. Guy? That's Jeff Sproul. You know Jeff.
Oh, I like his tie.
I don't know if you do know Jeff, but yeah, he's coming to Murderfish shows. You've met Jeff.
I'm sure I've met Jeff. $90 expensive. Well, Dream Funeral, maybe you start dreaming of that funeral and you won't have to go to the doctor anymore.
The brighter side of being
Jewish? Is your doctor Jewish?
Because
that's
nice. Jewish?
That's very important.
It is very important to know if the doctor is Jewish or not. Please get back to us on that. JT Dubs, what's the brighter side of being late to the brighter side? You're not late. Is the brighter side. If you're saying you're late to the brighter side, you're not late to the brighter side.
I think he's talking about me.
We were late to the brighter side, but that is fine. That's over now. The reason what's okay about that is lateness ends at some point. Some point you get there.
Absolutely.
And you're just there.
And it's a relief.
Yeah.
It's like wiping a booty.
There you go. So of course, if you don't know what the name of the game is here, this is the brighter side. And we are here to find the brighter side of all your little fun problems or big shitty problems. Either way, whatever kind of problem they are, okay?
I mean, in Problems of America, if you don't like a movie that was made, we'll riff on that shit.
If you have a problem,
it doesn't no problem too big or too small.
If you have a problem with a tree, we'll talk about that. If you have a problem with a breast, we'll talk about that. If you have a problem with the mayor, we'll talk about that. Easy Sailor, I blew a tire and slept in a parking lot last night. Don't need a brighter side. Just being as depressing as possible.
Oh, man, blew a tire and slept in a parking lot last night, Easy Sailor. Well, maybe you should get back on that boat.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a sailor, what are you doing, driving around? You should know that your place is the sea.
And at least you didn't sleep in a tire and blow in a parking lot last night, because that could have been real hairy, if you know what I mean. Pun fucking completely intended, all right? At least, you have a car to sleep in, and you're not fucking slamming on some random half homeless man's Johnson just for a fucking couple nickels. You can get that flask of vodka first thing in the morning.
Yeah, and at first I thought you said I blew a fire, and that was, that would just ruin your mouth, and if you got a beard, that would go up in flames, so you should be happy you're not blowing fire.
I can't believe you're not jumping for joy every second of the fucking day right now, Easy Sailor. Look, I'm hung over, okay? What's the brighter side of that? You can't find it, Ed.
I mean, well, at least you still can drink without, dying.
That's true. I'm wondering, I thought about that this morning. I was like, how long can I keep this up? You know what I'm saying? How long is the old slooshies down there going to let me do this?
Got to start taking a day off here and there.
I got to start taking at least 4 to 12 to 1,800 days off. Kitty Chinchilla, I've got a tough one. I've had arthritis since I was 9, and the medication has taken for 27 years. I've been taken for 27 years. Gave me an eye condition, so now I'm blind in one eye. I'm in pain. I can't see what I'm doing, and I can't work. Ed, solve her problems. By solve her problems, I mean find the brighter side of them.
Well, by the way, just real quick, like to get this out of the way. By any means, we are not psychiatrists. Please, if you have actual problems,
a little bit of a psychiatrist, Ed. I think I've been to some school, and I do have a degree. So everything you hear
You're
from
a theater
me,
major.
Everything you hear from Mwong,
you like to play pretend.
Definitely you want to listen to and change your life around, okay? All right? I don't know about this fucking Dr. Phil piece of shit next to me, but I am fucking Dr. Ozin your ass into grass.
Man, Kitty Chinchilla, that sounds horrible. I hope your other eye is doing all right.
There you
and
go.
then you could still, watch television and movies and interact with people. That's so crazy about that medication they were giving you for 27 years, left you blinded in the eye. I don't know, man. I mean,
Christ.
is that that seems like it
Can
has
you
to be.
sue?
But what does that even do? I mean, you
can
could sue and you can get money, but at the same time, you don't get your eye back,
But I'll tell you what, an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. Ed.
That's right. So that maybe you don't sue.
Maybe you don't sue.
You gotta sue.
You gotta sue.
Get that money, because if you can't work, then you gotta
us.
sue.
I'm giving you bad advice on a fucking Twitch channel. You could probably sue me for a couple $1,000s. I'll fucking give it to you.
Oh, Kitty Chinchilla's doing okay mentally. Don't worry. Well, thank God. I mean, write a book then.
Good.
You know, the audio book.
Yes.
Get more in touch with the sounds. Open your window. Listen to the birds scream for just freedom.
Oh, what were we talking about? And we haven't mentioned. So happy to get a new episode of the Roundtable yesterday.
Yes.
That's what it was. That the nation's bird was going to be a turkey at one point in time, and I remembered that popped in my head just now. I remember nothing else from the episode. I completely black out when we do those episodes.
People just send me jokes that I say from years ago, and I have no fucking clue.
Still good for 1 p.m. You got a busy day today too, Eddie. I've been so busy lately. It's been fun.
It's great to be busy.
It's good to be busy, but it's hard to find time for friends. I'm very happy to be going to Cena's on Thursday night.
Oh, what are you doing at Cena's on Thursday night?
Playing with virtual reality, Ed. He's got the highest technology virtual reality. I'm going to
I was there yesterday. I saw it, but I didn't play with it. I was scared of it.
Oh, you got to play with it. Please. It's like a couple of nuts.
Oh, look at this Kitty Chinchilla coming up with their own brighter sides.
Oh, I tell you what, the white stick gives me a lot of openings.
I never have to open a door now in public.
That's phenomenal. There you go. So there you go.
Yeah.
You found your own brighter side. And is it not true, Ed, that an eye for an eye
Gandhi
will
said
make the entire world blind?
But Gandhi was a kitty fucker. I mean, let's get down to it.
I mean, children these days, It's
well,
terrible.
but Gandhi was a long time ago.
It's terrible.
A lot of great leaders are manipulators of women, and there's nothing we could do about that.
There's nothing we can do about that other than knock that wall down.
I would say the brighter side of that is at least they did something decent.
Drag Gandhi through the mud. Let's get him off of this pedestal.
I think his whole life he was dragged through the mud.
What's
literally.
his name? The Ed Raw. Who played him in
Ben
the movie?
Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
We should kill that guy in honor of Gandhi being awful. You know what I'm saying? Let's string him up.
That's a great idea, Holden. You
Dress
should
him up
start
like
running
Gandhi.
the government.
Give him the gun. Get him all Gandhi'd up, and then we'll put him in the middle of the square. I guess in our case it'd be Times Square.
Gandhi, but not forgotten.
Gandhi, but not forgotten. And if it wasn't for those eyes, this entire world would be blind. And we'll just rip. We'll have two horses pull a rope that's tied to his neck, just rip his whole head off his body.
Dig him up. Do you think no? They probably burned. They probably burned him.
Dead?
No, Ben Kingsley's alive.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kill Ben Kingsley. No one wants to see an already dead man get dead again. I mean, that doesn't do anything for anybody. Kill a new man.
If we started hanging corpses, I think people would start thinking a little differently.
A Kingsley for a Gandhi, and the entire world will be renewed and rejuvenated. We don't have to live under this eye for an eye business anymore.
I forgot about your great rhymes and prose.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we have to give new sayings to people, or else we'll just keep using these stupid old ones. We won't get to kill a man in the middle of the square. And what fun is that? This is my brighter. What's the brighter side? I'll never get to see a public execution.
I don't think that is necessarily true. I think that you're selling yourself short, and that you could always see a public execution. You just got to go to the right place to see it. I mean, like Texas. I think you're still allowed to hang people in Texas, to be honest with you.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's
so
fun.
True. So we could probably go watch one of those.
Hey, public execution. I mean, the
people...
brighter side of public execution is, at least they're not keeping it secret.
I will say this, though. I don't want to see a bunch of innocent people get hung or whatever, and that's what they're doing down in Texas. I want to see some real criminals.
No, they're not innocent. They're just, mentally
they're
challenged.
All innocent. All of them. Brighter side to me being 99% sure my hair is thinning on its way out. This from Dream Funeral. The guy or girl who told us to eat their ass.
Well, maybe it's
at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe it's from getting your ass eaten too much that your hair's falling out.
There you go. For every ass hair that is collected in another person's mouth, a hair falls off your head, and that is a Gandhi fucking original.
Yeah,
quote
so
right there.
listen to Gandhi.
An ass hair for a
you
head
should
hair.
know this. I mean, he went bald.
He
Look
went
at
bald.
him.
Yeah, he got his. We know he was getting his fucking ass eaten out. We know he was getting his ass eaten out every second of the day.
It's the only nourishment in that damn place.
Jesus God, that's the thing. He fooled a bunch of children into thinking that there was nourishment in his ass. It's disgusting, and we should hang Ben Kingsley for it. Kingsley, whatever. Brighter side of being hung over is that you had fun last night. I did have fun last night with
What'd
Jeff.
you do?
You
did your show.
Cocktails. Woo!
Did you do...
I made a whole theme song and everything.
That's amazing. Yeah. When do you
we make fancy cocktails and we drink them and hang out on stream.
Is that every Monday?
Every other Monday, because on the other Monday we have Carly over. We paint and we play scary games.
Oh.
So yeah, it's every other Monday. I have a specific slotted show. Okay, what do we got here? But enough about me.
Enough about you.
Enough about me.
I mean, well, technically it is a talk show, and you're one of the hosts, so you could be about you the whole time.
More
if you
about
like.
me.
What is the brighter side of my anorgasmia?
I'm so glad that you took that one and ran with it, because I wanted to watch you say that word.
Yeah,
keep going.
Anorgasmia. No matter how long or how good the sexy time or blowies, my hand has to finish me off. 4+ hour orgies haven't gotten me to come. So I guess anorgasmia means you can't come. I never heard that word before.
4+ hour orgies. Well,
and
I just don't understand. Just use your hand. Just enjoy sex.
Enjoy
use your hand.
Yeah, or you use the sight of the orgy to just take in the beauty.
I don't understand. Just use your hand at the end.
I mean, who else is on these orgies? I mean, is it like an anorgasmia just like meetup? And there's like a whole bunch of people that can't get screwed.
Shoeshine City, are you really doing that? Or are you not doing that?
Shoeshine City.
Why don't you fess up right now, you Gandhi?
How do you see if your shoes are shiny with that big old dong in your way?
There you go. So I would say the brighter side of this, if this really is an affliction, which I don't think it is.
I think it might be.
Is that
people who can't come? I mean, that seems like an affliction that might exist.
Either way, you can last as long as you want, and you always know how to finish it.
Yeah.
You always know how to finish it. It's nice, but I don't get to come in a woman unless I jerk myself to the edge and then put it in.
We don't come in a woman.
Why are you doing that? Why do you need to come in a woman?
I never. City? That's a bad idea.
I never do that.
Yeah,
well,
you don't. You
I don't want children.
To. I know that, if you're with somebody for a long time.
Why does that matter to do that? Why is that so important to people?
Well, I mean, so if you're with someone for a long time, their juices crave your juices.
Right.
And so, they want you to, it's like a natural urge, like an animal urge to actually bust up inside of them.
Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, it's like so many people do the pull out,
Oh, she's a
man, baby. Vance Blessing, thank you for the sub. A lot of people do the opposite of what Shoeshine City does. He works himself up
to go
to
inside.
go in.
Yeah,
which is
watch
so
some porno and get
bizarre.
some pointers, man.
And just don't untrick your mind into thinking that that's necessary to do inside of a person.
Yeah, and if you can't come, throw up. It's like
Okay, I'm not gonna question it.
I call it top cup.
It's too goddamn early in the morning for me to question these things. Normally, I would be snuggled up like a little bug, a snuggly little bug in a
Me too.
in a glug right now. We're night people, Ed and I. All right, we don't like being up early. Okay, what do you got to do today? You got a bunch of jokes to write, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're doing a
Corporate event.
Yeah, we got a corporate gig. I'll be able to talk more about it next week.
I don't want to hear about it.
Good. I'm sure you don't. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait.
But I am, I am excited for. By the way, you say next week. Does that mean how long are you?
No,
in
Thursday.
Town?
Thursday, I'm doing it later this week.
How long are you?
I don't
in
know.
Town?
I'm thinking about leaving Monday, just so hopefully we can.
Monday,
if we can
okay.
get the boys together to do another
to
round
do
table.
another RTD.
Yeah, but we can't guarantee that that's going to happen.
Well, we had a soft confirm on last Sunday to do another roundtable.
You never know what can happen in a
Never
week.
know.
You
With
know,
those boys are too successful.
Bert Luger might have to go to Jamaica.
Does he really?
I don't know. You never know what's going on anymore.
The brighter side of losing a house that wasn't mine. Been trying to take over this house after parents' death, but no luck. It's heading to foreclosure. That would make me intensely sad because I love being able to go home to my parents' house that I grew up in. Now I have no idea when I gotta go, but I'm terrified of living elsewhere. Plus, side maybe. I already am apartment hunting. So isn't there squatters' rights? Can't he just be a fucker and just stay in the fucking house?
The government will take your house.
government
There's
will
one
take
thing
your house.
they are not. They're not as cheery and kind as we are.
Yes.
Yes, they will. They will come and take
You can
the house.
squat and stuff in a house,
You
right?
can squat in like someone else's house, but if the bank says they own it, they will send people with shotguns. Like they're fucking ruthless bastards. I mean, they throw people out on Christmas Day in Flint, Michigan.
I'm not gonna lie, India. Your position sucks and everything's completely fucked. But I will say this.
It's not completely fucked.
I will say it's fucked. And you should probably fucking cry.
I mean, if you're going apartment hunting, you can get a place with a pool. There could be a gym in there.
That's
true.
true.
I'm living in a new apartment now, and I got to say, I'm pretty happy that, with the amenities.
I will say this, India, no matter what happens, I know India, it likes playing Street Fighter. And I will say this to India right now.
Awesome fan.
Really? He is?
I mean, his name's India.
No, he's into Cammy. No matter what happens, Street Fighter ain't going nowhere, dude. In fact, they just released the new arcade edition, okay? And on top of that, isn't it fun to move into a new place? I mean, once the moving is
it's
done,
terrifying
everything
to move
about
into a
it's
place.
awful. But once the moving is done, I live in Buffalo, ain't shit fancy up in this city. Once the moving's over and you just go, collapse in a heap and just you have your own space.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And look into squatters' rights.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, there are rights for the squatter.
And I'll tell you what, if you live in Buffalo, shit, even if you don't got a car, walk to Canada.
Yeah, at least you don't live in fucking East St. Louis,
St. Louis, #1 in murders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least you don't live there. It's a fucking nightmare zone.
It is a nightmare zone.
You live in Camden, New Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey's doing a lot better. They dropped out of the top 50 in murders.
Dude, I heard, though, that they went up in incidents involving people ripping their own penises off and beating other people to death with them, Ed.
Yes,
So
that happened
murders went
twice
down.
last year.
Yeah, murders went down, but that went up, which does not give me hope for that town.
I think Camden's going to be okay. I mean, it's still like one of the car theft capitals of the world, but what are you going to do?
Skelechair says Gandhi, but not forgotten. Joke of the day. How are you going to write a better joke than that? You have a whole day of writing jokes, and you've hit the high point at this god awful hour in the morning, Ed.
I'll just work that joke into what I'm working on.
It is so 11:50 a.m. is still technically the morning, which means I am literally upside down in bed with my feet stuck up like a fucking Dr. Seuss cartoon.
Looking upside down Batman man.
WTF are you doing up this early? I have no idea. I played Street Fighter and I was just like, why am I doing this?
I couldn't fall asleep last night either. I was
Really?
up till 6 o'clock in the morning. I saw Goon 2. Very
Goon,
good.
Is it good?
It's fun. It's so much fun.
Dude, I love the film Goon. I hope it's still on Netflix. If you want to give yourself like an incredibly pleasant surprise, watch the hockey film Goon. You will laugh your ass off. You will love that movie. I need to rewatch it. And Goon 2 is good.
Goon 2 is great. You got to check it out.
Same cast? Is it like similar people in it?
It's all the same cast. Liev Schreiber comes back and everything. He like trains them to be a better fighter. It's wonderful.
Goon 2. I'm so excited.
No, always check it. Always, if you get a chance, go have some much fun.
But we're not here to talk about fun movies. We're here to talk about depressing problems, and we are both psychologically capable of giving you advice that you can take with you, and that is a guarantee. And if you don't use our advice, you're not going with clinical people that are paid to give advice professionally. I'm going to say that right now. I also never have to stand on the subway and nice strangers help me on and off. It's actually shown me how many nice people there are out there. So Kitty Chill is better than way better at this than we are.
People.
Our brighter side was murder Ben Kingsley publicly, but she's really finding good ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Kitty Chill is doing a wonderful job, and I will say, you really do get to meet people when you're blind because every time you're lost, you need help. So people gotta, you get all around, you're meeting people left and right. I remember one time I was walking down the street in Tallahassee because I had no car. I know, not the tweet, it was a Facebook message and I corrected it. And now it says 11 a.m. Thank you, Dex. Sorry. But I was walking down the street. I was late to work because I'm late everywhere I go. And there's a blind guy walking towards me. And I see him and he starts walking to some dude's backyard. And I'm like,
blind leading the blind.
And I was like, hey, man, you're walking into someone's backyard. And I was like, come back here. I helped him back to the sidewalk. And I was like, all right, which way you want to go? And then he says, oh, man, I don't even know anymore. And then I was late. I had to just point him in a direction. I told him this way is this and that way is that. And good luck, buddy. I'm sorry.
Brighter side of my fucked up groin. It's healing, and I'm finally in good enough shape to bang out the wife after a month. Woohoo.
I mean, I think you found your own brighter side. I had a hernia, man. That shit's tough.
Hernia, more like horny, am I right? You were jerking off constantly during that ailment.
I really was. Like, it's odd how I was having the most sex I ever had when I had my hernia.
It's very bizarre.
Except for now, of course.
It's a disgusting ailment and affliction.
It is a disgusting ailment. I think people can tell that you're hurt and they get attracted to that.
We already did the brighter side of being late because we were late.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're fine. We started late, so you're not even that late. The brighter side of being late is you're not as late as you thought you were.
Yeah, actually. And you can always be later. You look at that. I mean, like you show up at 11:30. You're still on a call. Sometimes you turn that into a brighter side by shit. At least you're working and talking to people.
You have one via Facebook message. Why don't we do that while we wait for more people to send them in? Send us your brighter sides. If we missed it, type it in or copy and paste it back in.
This was sent to me last night by someone who isn't able to get on the stream today, and
say her full name.
Her name
Don't
is
say her name.
Francis. No, that's not her name. We'll call her Francis though to help us out with this. I mean, this one was heavy. I sent some advice, but I'm not going to read that right now. But, man, I don't even know what to fucking do with this kind of shit. Okay. It's like, hey, Ed, I'm going to miss the stream tomorrow due to work, but plan to catch a show on Brighter Side. I was wondering if you guys could possibly touch on the brighter side of domestic abuse. I'm going through a brutal breakup because of it, and while I believe I'm strong enough to cut this guy off because of his abuse against me, I still find myself missing him. Not necessarily him, but the person I thought he was. I'm trying to find some sort of solace in what I'm going through. I've never thought thought I'd get beaten up, and I sure as hell never thought I would miss someone who treated me so poorly. But here I am, sitting here wishing I was with him because at one point he did make me very happy, and then shit turned sour. Anyway, if you could touch on it, it'd help me a lot. I never want to go back to him. I've taken every possible precaution other than meeting to keep him out of my life. But I miss things about him. I need reassurance that I'm strong and I don't need him. Abuse can really warp a person's mind, and I'm just trying to grip on it whatever I can. Thank you for being you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and tomorrow be well. I mean, fucking, man, that kind of sat on me all night.
Well, I'll tell you what. Have you seen I, Tonya yet? You watched it recently,
saw I,
right?
Tonya. I
so
loved
that
it.
I've been thinking about that quite a bit because that portrayed domestic abuse in some pretty intense ways that I haven't seen in a film in quite some time.
It was almost like it got playful at times. Like it was fucked up.
It was fucked up, and it's just when it's normalized in a home that it gets very disturbing, especially when you have parental abuse. And I mean, just think about that. I mean, think about what you're saving potential children from. I mean, I'm hoping you didn't have children with this person, assuming you did not. I mean, just think about the other lives you're saving, because I mean, all that movie kind of shows us is how the cycle of abuse is fucking horrible, you know, and essentially what happens is it's wrought upon children, and then those children grow up to get into abusive relationships. So you putting a stop to it right now is incredibly important. Kitty Chinchilla says, you're so strong, you've already done the hardest part. And I completely agree with that. You've got to push through.
Yeah.
And, you know, take a stand, and you're doing it. You're empowered. What you're doing is empowering yourself, which is an incredible thing. And, you know, more power to you.
Can I read what I wrote her back?
Okay.
Just so I can, I want to know if you guys think the advice that I gave her was, I mean, I don't even know what to say to this kind of thing.
You don't necessarily need to either. Her sort of opening up to you might have been what was important there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but still, yes.
But so I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go till today with not actually, you know, mentioning it to us. So what I said is, you sound like a very loving person, which I think is why you may miss him, just for the sheer reason that he was someone for you to care for. Now that he's gone, and there is nowhere for that love to go, give it back to yourself for a while. Treat yourself, take yourself out to dinner, go to a movie, the zoo, anything you like to do. Honestly, I was like, no, honestly, anything you
like a big sandwich, right?
I mean, honestly, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you get that big sandwich
stuff. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I said for me and when I was my breakup,
the biggest sandwich
I got Chinese food and I listened to Leonard Skinner. You know, that's what I did. You know, I just fucking chilled out. You know, so
and you drank heavily.
Yeah.
All right, let's not. You know,
I did drink heavily, but I would say that you know, you'll find that, you know, you'll do that. You know, that you'll have and for some odd chance, you'll find that too with someone who will give you a better life, and even if you don't, then you gotta be. You know, you'll have friends to love, but the most important thing is to give your love to the people who deserve it, because love is, without sounding too jerky here, it's special. You know,
right.
If you're gonna give it to someone, you know, make sure they truly deserve it.
Give it to the right one, and just watch out for that in the future. Who doesn't love the zoo? Kitty Chinchilla. I don't like the fucking zoo because those poor animals.
I mean, she's called Kitty Chinchilla. Of course she loves the
Those
zoo.
poor fucking animals.
I mean, well, they're born into it. They don't know the difference.
Oh, please.
Our Shoeshine City has something to say.
So you said, so one actual really beneficial thing for domestic violence survivors to look into is the BDSM community. Oftentimes when someone goes through the I deserve this treatment type thinking, either meeting people they're involved with or participating in consensual sadomasochistic play can have a very healing effect. First of all, Shoeshine City,
I don't know
why are you
what are you talking
sexual
about? You are
overdrive?
Jesus Christ.
At this god-awful hour in the fucking morning. It's fucking noon.
Yeah, what's wrong? Kitty,
It's a minute before noon.
Shoeshine
Just
City.
relax with your penis or whatever is happening.
I don't know if I want to tell this person to go into BDSM.
I'd have to look into that more to actually understand whether or not that really is true. It just seems like there's a lot going on in your core right now.
Yeah, maybe it's just all strapped together with fucking leather.
So we've got Dex. So I started therapy a few months back, and after talking about how I was treated growing up, my therapist pointed out things that were done to me that were abuse. It was so normalized in my life, I never noticed it. So I mean, it's and that's an important thing to maybe check out yourself as a real therapist. Person who wrote in to add.
That was the last thing I said to them. Please, you know, go see a therapist. I'm not a therapist.
Right.
Everyone should be in therapy, you know, even if you've never done it before.
Right.
I've never done it, but I believe
that's the problem. We're two dickheads who've never done therapy, huh?
Yeah, you never done therapy?
I'd be down though with the clown for some therapy. Absolutely.
I mean, it sounds nice.
I could have used it like
they
a couple
have
years
to listen
back.
to you.
I was on the verge a couple years back.
I know it's the thing when you need it, you never think of doing it because you're like, oh, I don't need it. But now that I don't need it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of fucking want to do it.
JT Dubs says, great advice, Ed. Holden's just grumpy. Zoos are great. The zoo has fucking monkeys. Where else can you see monkeys? Says Tommy. So what? So you know what? I'm going to sit here. I'm going to put an olive branch out, offer it to Ed, and say I was wrong. Zoos are awesome. And you gave very good advice.
Yeah,
therapy is good.
Says Timber. Olive branches lead to olive oil. And who doesn't like that? Especially in the BDSM community.
Especially on a big sandwich when you're looking at monkeys at the zoo, which is what Eddie does when he gets a sad sack.
I mean, if there's a place, down in South Florida, we had Monkey Jungle. So it was a one-stop shop.
Jungle. I'm surprised you didn't list Monkey Jungle as one of the options for this.
I just did right now.
Abuse.
Yeah, just go to Monkey Jungle. Don't stay there. I've helped survivors personally with that kind of work.
The BDSM thing.
It does heal, allows people to understand that parts of them that enjoy the aspects of abusive relationship can be healthy, reduces occurrences of ending up back in an abusive relationship.
Interesting.
I mean, that's interesting. It's not for me. I will go ahead and say that it's just go ahead.
But that's fine. We're not trying to be, closed doors about it. I'll take your word for it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Tommy said what? So glad we could bridge that gap today. This stream is about true healing. Conman10102 says, when you do a more roundtable gentlemen, we just fucking put an episode up.
Yeah.
You fucking horny badger.
Resubscribe or some shit and go find it. It's out, man.
And second of all, past that, we're probably recording again on Sunday.
Probably.
So there you go. So we'll probably have another episode for you.
I hope so. I would love to record again.
If that's your real name. I am grumpy. I'm grumpy.
You're always grumpy.
Because it's Tuesday. I feel like Tuesday I'm always at my worst because it's like kind of my most stressful day of the week.
Yeah.
I don't get to wake up at 1. I have to wake up at a god-awful 10. I woke up at 10:15 a.m.
10:15?
It's a nightmare. No one's. You hear weird new noises that you don't normally hear at that god awful hour. There's like weird birds and stuff.
Late time to wake up.
Bright side of Holden having a better attitude. That's Oath. I am trying. I offered Ed an olive branch and I said a nice thing about Ed. Okay, I said zoos are good.
Did you say zoos are good?
No, I don't. Well, Monkey Jungle, I'm behind. I think.
Yeah, Monkey Jungle is great. Parrot Jungle got ripped apart by the hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was
the recent hurricane.
No, Hurricane Andrew years ago when I was a kid in Miami. The hurricane came through, ripped up Parrot Jungle. Now there's just parrots in South Florida.
Why they gotta ruin people's names by naming them stuff like that? Why don't they name hurricanes how people feel about them, like Hurricane Bastard or Hurricane Shitty?
I know that is very true. I agree with that completely. Yeah, just name it something like terrifying. Don't name it your Nana's name, like when it was like Hurricane Edith or whatever.
Right.
That makes it sound like less than it really is. It sounds like the hurricane wants to bake you a bunch of cookies.
Yeah.
And we know that's not true.
You were treating Ed terribly. He's a person with real emotions.
Yes, I agree.
Wow.
Dasoth84.
Creepy Resner the Shadow Killer says, I have a riddle for you.
Okay.
A truck driver is going down a one-way street the wrong way and passes at least 10 cops. Why is he not caught?
Ooh, a truck driver is going down a one-way street the wrong way and passes at least 10 cops. Why is he not caught?
Because he's not driving a truck, Ed.
It's
the driver is going the wrong way, not the truck.
Oh, I was going to say maybe the cops aren't in the cars because it's a one-way street and they're just standing there.
I'm thinking he's not.
They could always shoot his ass.
The truck driver's going on a run.
You think he's running or he's walking?
He's walking or jogging.
I'm saying the cops don't have cars. Resner the Shadow Killer, get back at us and let us know what's going on.
Or, either way, whatever you want to do about it. If you want to keep us guessing for the rest of our fucking lives, I guess we'll just do that, Resner the Shadow Killer.
Yeah. Ernie Permer says a hurricane ripped my fucking roof
I am right.
Well, he said correct. He didn't say you are correct.
I am so right.
He didn't
the cops aren't in cars. That makes no sense, Ed.
Well, if the cops aren't in cars, then how are they supposed to stop a truck?
Oh, please. That's not what it is. This is actually, he's not driving. Ed Larson.
Oh, like I'm supposed to trust Renzor the Shadow Killer.
Resner the Shadow Killer, please.
Oh, please, Resner.
He's skipping. I don't know what he's doing, all right? I don't care about this truck driver, okay?
I haven't skipped in a long time?
Yes.
Do you think I don't even know if I could? It took me a long time to learn how to
How
skip.
do you get to Maloo? Turned into a bit of a cheeky monkey today. Holden McNeely, what is wrong with you? I'll tell you what's wrong with me. I'm brutally hungover. I woke up at the devastating hour of 10:15 a.m. Sat on my dick and balls playing Street Fighter, waiting for Eddie to get here. Ed was late. He apologized.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. But you did explain, and you gave me the text, and that's what's important.
Yes.
8 out of 10.
I didn't apologize? Well, I'm sorry I didn't apologize, but I'm not going to apologize for being late.
Y'all remind me of the dudes from Hangover. Okay. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
like Chet Chitley from that movie.
Chet
You're the
Chitley.
Tiger,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
You're
like
Mike
Boss
Tyson's
Tiger, yeah.
You're Mike Tyson's Tiger.
Yeah, man. I grew up. Mike Tyson moved to my neighborhood when I was a kid in Boca Raton, and he brought a bunch of tigers with him. And then the community association had to sit him down and say, Mr. Tyson, would you please not have tigers around?
Benefit of a hangover could be learning how much booze is too much. I have learned that lesson again and again and again and again and again since I was a sophomore in high school. We told a lot of good old drinking stories. We're finding the show. Mm-hmm. We found the show in a big way last night. Everybody was sharing crazy, young drinking tales of debauchery and all that good stuff. It was super fun. I feel like I got a hangover. I just got a bad headache, which should be fixed when I go on a beer run after this. So there you go. The benefit of a hangover is not debilitating enough for you to get in your car.
I mean, come
turn
on,
on the engine.
India 636. I mean, there's other ways to get rid of a hangover other than more booze. Water.
It helps. I drink.
Pot.
I definitely drink tons of water. I do that. I do all the good stuff, right? But that one beer, if you have two, it's no good. But that one beer,
the one juicy lipper,
whoo, man, that'll just pop you right back into the day.
All right, guys, listen, we're running out of time. If you got anything that's going on, please, it doesn't have to be your own problems. It could be problems you have with, the world outside.
Just let us know what your issues are.
It could be your sister's fucking problems.
It could be your fucking dog's problem. I don't give a shit.
Maybe your dog can't find a goddamn bone, man. That's a terrible way to live your life if you're a dog. Or you try to dig and you realize you're on fucking concrete because you can't get out of this goddamn city.
It happens to everybody. And I'll tell you what, if you don't have a problem right now in this chat, I'm going to personally find you and give you a problem. Okay?
Name it. I'm thinking about getting a dog. What should I name it, Holden?
Shit show.
Shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I actually don't mind that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Because this is the way you name a dog. Literally the first thing that pops in your head. I think I was thinking about how the stream's going. I'm kidding. I'm joking, Ed. I'm just trying to add a little humor, inject a tiny bit of humor in this sad, sad tales of woe that we have coming in here.
So you're saying there was no humor in today?
I think there was tons of humor today. Remember my Maloo joke?
That was a great Maloo joke. Oh yeah, and Gandhi but not forgotten.
Gandhi but not forgotten was phenomenal.
The highlights today.
Brighter side, I suspect my dog has ADD. Every time I take her outside, it takes her about 10 minutes. You find a spot because she is constantly distracted by every noise, movement, gust of wind.
That'll get better as she gets older and stops caring about shit.
At least she fits into the modern society. I mean, everybody's like that these days. I mean, come on, everyone's looking at the phone, looking at the. I have two screens in front of me right now with shit on them.
That's
I don't know
right.
what the
Maybe
fuck's going
Tommy
on.
said, "What? You should take a note from your goddamn dog and start listening around and enjoying the gusts of winds and noises around you."
Get the dog a tablet. Get that poor dog an Amazon Fire tablet or whatever they're called, and let that dog play Minecraft and Minesweeper. I was going to say Minesweeper. That really shows my age.
Yeah.
Poor Penelope, says Ernie Permer. That is the name of Tommy's dog. And that's the kind of community that
Wow,
we
everyone
have
knows
here.
each other's dogs?
Yes, dude. This is a tight-knit group of people. Ooh. And Reznor the Shadow Killer.
This guy says I shouldn't... Oh, man. Das Oath 84 says, name the dog after your favorite food. And you know what? I don't know if you can name a dog pastrami sandwich.
Yeah, I don't know if you could name a dog pastrami sandwich. Is that really your favy foodie?
I mean, right now, I would murder for a pastrami sandwich.
What about your favorite dessert? I think you could name a dog cannoli. I think that would be a
that's
great
not my favorite
dog.
dessert.
No, but that's mine. I think that would be a phenomenal dog,
Cannoli
especially
is good,
a little
yeah.
tiny dog. Cannoli.
Yeah, I guess mine would just be ice cream.
Get a black lab.
Oh, I like black labs. You know what I was looking into is that name your dog Dan Marino. It's a really smart. Marino actually is on the list.
Seeking Answers says, hey guys, what's Brighter Side? We don't have a ton of time left, but I'll tell you right now what Brighter Side is. You put your problems into the chat, and we find the brighter side of them. It's a podcast.
It's a cynic's look at optimism.
Hosted by Ed Larson. Go look it up. It's on the Last Podcast Network. And please, for the love of God, name that dog shit show, Ed Larson. I can't name a dog Poutine. You could.
Yeah, you could. Name. Poutine's a good name for a dog.
Shoeshine City has met a dog named Sandwiches.
Oh, all right. I'm just looking into buying a police dog, a retired police dog.
Did you already say this? Name your dog Dan Marino?
Yeah, someone said Marino's on the list.
Man, you wanted a burger so bad after Roundtable on Sunday. Did you get that burger, Ed?
I did. It was all right.
Okay.
It was fine. I really wanted that burger. That was really good to me.
The brighter side of getting up this early is that I can have breakfast and lunch. So I'm excited to have a bit of a lunch after this. I'm going to have probably a fun sandwich myself.
Yeah. India636 says, still debating on the puppers, Ed. How long has it been? It's been since I moved to L.A. and I haven't gotten it yet. Because, I want to get the right dog. I don't want to rush into it and just snab some yappy piece of shit.
Can we get a final couple of problems in the chat? Anything that's going on in your life, it could be light, it could be heavy, it could be, as long as it's an issue you're having, we will find the brighter side of it. Doc X Dank, thank you for the emote. I like human names for dogs. I met a dog called Simon, and it tickled me pink.
When I was a kid, I bought a dog named Frank. And we changed his name to Duke because I just couldn't handle having a dog named Frank.
Interesting, but yeah. Duke's fine. Duke's
fine. Well, we named him after John Wayne, and then that song Duke of Earl came on, and we knocked it and we just solidified it.
But not shit.
Okay. Brighter side, I sometimes troll Twitch streamers because of my low self-esteem.
Fascinating seeking answers. I would say.
At least you're trying to meet people.
Yeah, troll. Yeah, the brighter side is you could troll people in real life. And how fun would that be to stand someone up at a movie or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, the most that you troll people to piss them off, right? Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing about trolling. You're just there to make people upset. Isn't it better to just do that in real life and see them flip out?
Right? Do it in real life, I think.
Yeah, you go.
And then you've earned it because then you're not hiding behind some bullshit.
Yeah, you really, really understand. But I have my phone on me all the time.
I see.
Yeah, so you're lazy seeking answers. Oh, and I'm a pussy.
Okay.
I'm starting to think seeking answers isn't really a troll.
The brighter side is seeking answers. You're really honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the first step towards self-actualization. And then elevation, which is part of my 4-step Holden program. I call it the Holdgram. I'm working on the title. And what I'm going to do is you can pay me $100 a month for me to give you these steps. And there are extra elevations, and we're going to do some tests on you early on to figure out where you are on the Holden spectrum. And we can work you through these things.
As long as you're not orange, you're fine.
Yeah, if you can go pink with me, you're going to be just fine. That's only going to be about $100 a month.
If you're going to go pink, you don't stink.
Yeah. Okay.
Last one from Trioxin 26.
Use that in my pamphlets.
Enjoy it.
Brighter side of living in isolation in the mountains, doing what you love, but being so far from family and at least an hour from friends.
I'll tell you,
you're doing what you love. I mean, you kind of gave it to us easy.
Yeah, and my cousin Matt is a park ranger. And I only see him once a year, but man, do we go visit him and have a fucking cool ass time at his park? I'm not sure what you do, Trioxin 26, but it is it's a great, and it makes it all that more special when you do see people. Because if you see them all the time, I mean, let's face it, you're gonna start fighting. When I go home and visit my family, there's some people I can't invite around other people because they all hate each other for some reason. It's got nothing to do with me, and that's just the main fact. All their bullshit ain't got nothing to do with you. So you're still friends with everybody just because you live high in the mountains and people are just happy to goddamn see you.
Brighter side of living, I already read that. I baby my dog and he hates my girlfriend now because she is always the harsh one.
Well, maybe you should get a better girlfriend.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. I think we're going to have to wrap this up. I got to get out of here.
I understand. And I got to get out of here too, all right? Because I have things to do too.
Okay? I understand, man. We're all busy.
Just because it's the god-awful hour of 12:15 in the afternoon doesn't mean we all just are going to go back to sleep. I may go back to sleep. Trioxin, you are welcome. India, everybody who wrote in today, thank you so much for being with us for the brighter side. We'll do another one of these soon. We can do these remotely too while you're out in LA. So let's.
I
get
don't
it set
understand
up.
computers.
I know it's easy.
Do
It's
you
so
type
easy.
with the tips of your fingers or your knuckles?
Yeah, I type with the palm, with the back pad of my hand. Yeah, like
yes,
that.
yes,
I have
yes.
one of those keyboards though with the big buttons. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up, for being here, for being. I hope everybody undressed for this. So I'm going to say, just go ahead and say thank you for being naked in your home. Ed, anything to say to the people? Anything to undepress them, to make them feel better?
You know, when I ever need to be undepressed, what I do is I turn on the new Cowman EP. And
Hey, check it out.
And I go listen to that on Spotify, or you can buy it on iTunes. Correct?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's called Bad Luck, and maybe we should. Bad Luck seems like the proper song.
Bad
to,
news, you mean?
Bad news.
Jesus Christ, Ed.
Hey man, I'm the one who remembered to at least plug your bullshit.
All right, we're gonna play out the brighter side theme, and then you're gonna hear a exclusive playing of the new song "Bad News" from the EP "Bad News" from the Cowmen. Are you naughty? Well, don't be naughty anymore. Let's listen to some music, Ed.
Be good to yourself, everyone. I love you so much, and take care of your friends and family too.
There you go. Be good. Don't be bad. Take care.
Right